Good morning, good day. Welcome to our live trading session. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for another day today. We thank you so much for all your provisions and for all your blessings. We thank you for your kindness, your goodness, and your grace and your mercy upon us. And I just ask that you would give us wisdom, discernment, and discipline and good skills to execute some trades in the market today. In the name of Yeshua, amen. Okay. Oh, there is nothing on today. Huh. There's no financial news this morning. There's this tiny yellow folder on the one. Otherwise, we've got some heavy stuff on the yen in the Tokyo session tonight. But that is surprising to see that there's pretty much nothing on today for our session. Good morning, Larry. How are you doing today? So today, I'm going to just have to bring in a new scene into my streaming software. So just bear with me for a couple minutes, but we're going to have two trading platforms going. One will be the original funded account that we've been working on for a few weeks and putting a big dent in for the past couple weeks. And then the next, we're going to have a second account, and we're going to start fresh, building up a new account to get it funded, and we'll work on earning some more capital. So it'll be good to have two things on the go and keep it active today. So I'm going to just start bringing in the new trading platform. Okay, sorry for the hold up here. If you're following with me, Larry. Oh man, we missed a trade. Okay. All right, so here is our original account. This account was down to $9,003. We've got it back up to $9,010.28. So it's actually come up in the past couple days. Oh wow, look at that run. Darn. Too bad we weren't 10 minutes earlier. Or 15 minutes earlier. That's a good run, 12 pips straight up. Okay, I'm just trying to still get the other platform going here. All right. Hey, Larry, can you see the new platform now? Maybe I need to... Do I need to move myself? Can you see the new platform? I've got slightly different coloring on the second platform just to differentiate the two. Internet. 50. Take profit. We're going to start off with 3 pip take profits and make sure our sizing is right for this account. Okay, now we're right at a perfect spot to start selling. So we're going to add a short right at the top here on this account. And then we will find some good levels in here to trade off of on the way back. And then I think we'll also go long as soon as it pulls back. Pardon me. So we're going to short in here. We're going to short here. One, two, three, 4, 5 levels. Oops. So there's 5 good levels to trade off of to the short side. On that account. And I think on our funded account, let's just go back over there for a sec. Now I'm gonna have to make sure I'm flipping between accounts, which is gonna be a little bit more complicated, but we'll make it work. So in this account, because we've only got 2 trades to work with still, or I'm only giving myself 2 to work with at the moment, we're gonna need to really follow, like stick with the absolute best side of the market that we can. And I'm thinking that because we've got this, overall we've got this uptrend over the past couple days of trading. Through here we've got this nice, this is the 1 hour chart. Maybe I'll just start the daily, work our way down. So on the daily, we had a pivot back down here just last week. And Friday we had the first bull candle in this turn, right over in here. And so we've got an official turn on the daily. We've got this up run through here, a healthy pullback, and then we've got this good 3-bar reversal triggering to head to the upside. So I want to stay on the bullish side, especially in this account, because I just got so little positions to work with. I'm only giving myself 2 positions. We could maybe give ourselves 3, but at that point we're pretty much risking, so we're going to give ourselves 35 pips, which means we've got, if one trade loses, we'll lose $3.50. If we put the second one in, we'll only lose 5 pips or so, 5 or 10 pips on that one. So that'll add up to about $5. And I don't really know if I want to add more than into a third one at this point. I'd rather, if we just lose $5 rather than adding to that. So I think we may just keep building this account up with 2 trades until we can maybe get to the $15, $20 mark. And then we'll start adding a third trade so that we can ensure that we do not blow this up. Because we are not blowing this account up. We've come darn close, but we're not going to let this one go. So So let's just go back down to the 1 hour, and we've got this really strong uptrend now on the hourly charts, just breaking and making new highs. And here's the 15 chart, still pushing up nice and strong. So we're going to wait for a pullback. Let's just see if we can find a good pivot. This is probably anywhere back down here would be really good. I just don't know if we're going to find that today, but we'll see. I think we're just going to be patient and wait to see what kind of pullback we get on this chart, and then we'll find a good spot to go long. I'm thinking probably we could probably go long in here on this level. We could probably go long once, and then we could go long a second one down here somewhere to wobble out of it. So if we got in there and we had a 35 pip risk, we've got down, yeah, we can easily endure down to that pivot, which would be perfect. So we'll wait probably until we get into this level right in here. I'm gonna just, let's just add one of these straight lines in here at the 175 is a pretty good spot. Oh, that's just where we broke. $17475. Somewhere in there would be good. Just gonna check the other account for a second. It's coming into profit, so I'm gonna flip over to the other account so you can see that one. And we're gonna go and zoom in, and we can see we're getting that turn. Kind of probably just missed a good trade above. And we just got a little gap in here. That's a little concerning for hitting this target. Usually when we get that gap like that, it will fill. Let's see if we can just nab our target before it tries to go back up and fill that gap, because it almost always fills that gap. So come on, can we just get it first? We should be able to get it. I was just about to click that and take that profit. Man, we just missed it. Just barely tapped that and didn't quite take our target. Oh, should have. Okay, let's just see if we get it this time. I'm not going to touch it now. It should get there. All right, there's our first target, and we're going to go long on that now, on this trade, on this side. That's perfect, and let's just go back to the other account and see if we've got a reason to start entering in this one. Yeah, we're going to put one in here. We're going to put one on this level, and then we'll find another spot probably down here or somewhere down here, and we'll have to wobble out of this one if it's going to keep going against us. But it's a pretty good spot. It's a pretty good level if this bullish momentum is going to follow through. So that's a decent spot to start out with on that one. And this account, we're just going to let it sit. It's going to take it's going to take a long time for it to slowly accumulate and build back up. So that's why we've got the other account to go to, because this one may sit for hours before having to do anything now that we've got that one trade in. Hopefully not. We're going to keep securing profit as we get it. But for now, we're not going to do anything with that. So we're going to go back over to the other account, the new account, and we're going to stay active on this one and build this one up. And we're going to keep following the exact same pattern and the same system that we used to get the live account on the other account. And we're just going to make sure that this time, as we start to go into drawdowns, if we start going into drawdowns, that we're going to systematically decrease the size. So if we, on this account, if we start hitting, we're at 10,000 right now. If we were to drop $100 down to 9,900, we're going to drop the lot size 0.01. And then if we drop another 100, we'll drop the lot size again. And so we're going to keep doing that systematically every $100. And inversely, if we continue upward in the equity, increasing in account size, we will we'll jump up the lot size for every $100 increment also. And we'll go from there. So we're just going to have to be still careful and slow, and we'll keep following the rules for the system, adding in trades in a pyramid form. And so we'll start marking out the next trades for this account. Let's just zoom out and see where our stop loss is. It's in a good spot just beyond that last pivot down there, so that's a really good spot. Our last layer is going to be around down here somewhere. That'll be our last layer. So we'll just find some other good layers to work off of, good levels. Right in here. And right in here. 1, 2, 3. So 1 level, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can add another level. I know in my pyramid we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, but we can do 6. We can do 6 layers because I'm starting out with 1. We'll also go on trade number 2. We'll also make a value of 1. And so the first levels will make a value of 1, and then on to the third layer we'll start stepping up the sizing, just to spread it out a little bit more and give ourselves just more breathing and cushion. So we got 1, and we're at 2 here. This will be layer 3, 4. This is a good spot for layer 4. I think we'll be able to go for a 5 and a 6 layer down in here. Something like that. And if it were to shoot down through here, I can almost guarantee we'll break that low and probably whip back up. So I would be careful to just maybe even give these bottom trades a little bit more breathing room down here, just a little bit more before we stop out. Let me just find the next level after that. 150, 7150. is a good spot for it to whip past and turn. So that would be more like our stop out. I'm going to go right behind this pivot down here. I'm going to take these trade histories off. And there's this pivot right down here. We're going to put the stop losses right behind that pivot and this pivot. And that will be the end of that game. But we'll put in a nice big layer on these couple lines. That will be our 16 trade positions down there. So that's a good game plan that we've got put in place. We've got a good game plan on both accounts. So now we wait and we watch carefully, and we have tons of patience, full of patience, and wait. But I'm happy with the game plan. I'm happy that we've got 2 accounts to work on. And that should keep us busy and productive. There's nothing worse for me than feeling like you're not being productive. And I think that's sometimes a hard thing about trading. So when you're got strong work ethic and a hard worker, it can be just so hard to sit there and not do anything. But it's not hard for Larry, right? For you to sit still and not do anything. Do you have tons of patience, Larry? Or are you like me? Got like 0 patience. You know what's interesting? I have patience for people. I've got people patience, but when it comes to myself, it's like I don't give myself any patience. Like everything has to get done now. And I really need to learn to slow down and give myself some time to get things done and to learn. Like I'm also finding like while I'm reading, I don't go slow enough to absorb it. Like I'm just trying to like get through, and then by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm not retaining the things I'm reading because I'm just trying to go so fast. So it seems like the slow way is always the better, not necessarily the fast way, but the better way. All right, looks like we're getting a little bit of energy coming into the market, so we'll get ready to place our second layer. Right in here. I'm just going to see if we can put a limit order in. Yeah, we can put the limit order in. I just want to see if we can make it the right size. Huh. It seems like I can't, or I'm not sure how to bump it up to 0.05. So we'll just have to wait. We'll try it maybe on the next layer, but we'll just do this one manually. As this comes down to this red line, we will get into the second layer. Okay, it's kind of stalling right where we're at. It's also a pretty good spot for it, so I think anywhere in this really little zone would be a good spot. Let's just measure. I want to make sure we've got 3 pips. Oh. Think we may have just missed it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, one more little push down and we'll get into this trade. Okay, looks like we missed it. Yeah, darn. But if it comes back down and meets that new low, we'll add a trade into there. If it gives us another opportunity. right down in here. Let's zoom in and also see, I want to see whether we really have room to get 3 pips out of these, or if we need to go down to 2 pip target. 2.5 pips there. Not even 2 pips there. At the moment, 3 pips is kind of difficult to get. So we'll just see how this comes in. We may bump it down to 2 pips to see if we can start being a little bit more active, because it seems that the 3 pips is a little bit difficult for the market to hit. If we can get super good positioning, we'll leave the 3 pips, but if we got into the situation where we were just at a few minutes ago and we could add a 2 pip trade, I think we'll do that. For now, we gotta wait again. Okay, let's see if we can get a push down and get into another trade. All right, well, our trade is starting to go into the positive side, but we are currently at some resistance right now. We very likely could pull back to have a third test down here before potentially heading back. But since we waited through all that, let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more out of this one trade. We'll try and get it up to these highs, get it just a little bit more. And we'll, as this comes into profit, we'll just secure this one trade so that we don't lose on it and we can reset it. And it looks like we're trying to turn back down. Yep, we're creating a turn back down. Right now we had that bearish bar come in, creating a new pivot below this apex candle. It's opening up the doors for it to head back down. Okay, we're having a hard time breaking up and we're having a hard time going anywhere at the moment. Kind of created a new little few highs above these highs, and they're now starting to act like some resistance. Seems like we're trying to round back over to head down again. We'll find another spot to get in down here, especially if it comes down quickly. If it jumps down here pretty quickly, we'll get into that second trade. Okay, getting ready to enter in for a second chance coming down. If we get a pop down, I'm going to buy it. Just like that. So we'll get in, that's perfect. And then we're going to back out, and if it keeps dropping down, be entering into 2 trades down here. And it seems that it's just we're at the top of the hour and it's creating a little bit of volatility, which is good. Seems like we've got some more participants coming into the market. And we're starting to see a 3-bar reversal coming in. Right as we trigger above these 3 highs. Right in here, it's a perfect 3-bar reversal if we can get this bar to close above. It's got to close above though for it to be a confirmed 3-bar reversal. And there's the candle close. That's a good turn for us. And there's the first target hit. Took an hour to get there for the first one, but that's good. Okay, we're starting to make a run for that second target. And I think what we might do is, because we got one, we might just take this target off, or just shimmy it up just a little bit more. I want to just squeeze whatever we can out of this before it comes back to here. And I don't want this one to turn into a losing trade now, so we're going to put this one up here. And if it taps us out on the downside, we'll just relocate, reposition it. We actually might have hit that target if we left it where it was in the first place. Just trying to adjust to find these little clues for support and resistance as to where the market's going to go, which we never actually know, but you can get a hint. Okay, it seems like we're going to pop back down, and we'll just yeah, so we just took a tiny profit on that, and we'll reposition that trade in a better spot. I think we're going to bump it down to 2 pips also for now. We're just struggling to get those 3 pips. Just measuring to see whether, if we had left it alone, would we have hit it? Oh, maybe it's kind of right on 3 pips. Yeah, it was a maybe. So maybe, I think if we're patient, we can still get 3 pips. Let's leave it at 3. We'll wait for a good position to get back in. And if we can hit the target before that high, that will be good. So if we can just get a pivot down here somewhere, just a little bit lower than this pivot, that will be a good spot to re-enter that trade. I just stretched at the exact wrong spot, the wrong time. We would have had an entry right there. Darn, that was the spot. Okay, well, we're going to go over to the other account, and we're going to flip over to the other account, and we'll secure our position on that one. Okay. So this one's up about 4 pips, so we're going to take this stop loss here, and we'll move that up to a little better than break even, and we can ride this one up into profits. And we could take some profit here on it. Oh, no way. Darn. Look at that. Oh. Tapped us out for a tiny profit. Guess we should have taken that profit. All right, well, we'll wait for a push back down. We'll get back into new trades again. That was kind of annoying. Man, immediately as after moving that trade to break even, just immediately took it out. Okay, we're just going to wait for a good little pop down. We'll get back in. Well, that little whip that took us out was quite the bummer. It was such a weird move, like right out of the blue. I mean, I guess it's always out of the blue, but I guess I shouldn't have secured it so early. Just waited for it to get up to these highs rather than securing it. Okay, we're gonna get back over to the other account and we'll start working on that one. We'll add a trade here. Then we'll add a trade down here. If we can pull back enough, we'll go back to the other account and get back in. Realizing I forgot to put our starting balance in. Oh yeah, it was this account that I said to myself, I don't want to record any of the profits, because I find it difficult when I take a loss to have to look back and see how much I lost rather than forget and have no idea. It's actually a lot better for me. So I haven't quite decided how we're going to do that. I think we're at 10,014. Okay, if we can get another pop down in here, we'll add it into another trade and we'll go back over to the other platform and add that one position back on. Okay, just slowly coming down into that line. We've got these lows over here as well. Okay, one more push down. And we'll get into that next trade. Okay, we'll call that good there. And we'll go over to the other platform. And we'll get into that one trade again. Right in here. Okay, it looks like we're starting to make another pivot to start heading back up in our favor. Right at the spot where our trade is entered, we've got a couple highs, and that would be a really good spot for a turn in the market. We've got this really small consolidation right in here. Just barely 2 pips of space in there. All right, so we're going to try and get into our third position, third layer. We're going to get into a couple trades right here. And then we wait again. Okay, it looks like we might be heading down into our next layer, which we'll add 4 trades into. Just gonna back out a little bit here. Yeah, when any push down, we'll start adding into the 4. Don't necessarily want them all to be in the exact same spot. They can just kind of fade into them. So we'll get into 1 here. And it's good to get those targets below that pivot. So we'll wait for the next drop to start adding. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now that layer is done. We just need to wait for it to pop back up. Then we can take some profit and we'll take a loss. Okay, we're going to add that second trade on the other account right in here. And hopefully we can get that one to Okay, we're finally starting to see almost a turn up coming into the market, so I'm going to just save one of these trades in case we get a full turn, and take this one somewhere up to the top. looks like we have some energy coming into the market, so I'm going to get ready just in case we get another push. I'm going to secure this one trade at the bottom. Take one loss off the top. And I'm going to bump down some of these next trades down to 2 pips because we're taking like an hour to hit 3 pips, which is nuts. So on this pullback, we'll add into another layer. So just added a few more back in, so we've still got the same amount of trades that we're supposed to have on, but we've readjusted the position just a little bit, and hopefully we're in the direction of the market now. But if it heads back down, it's just going to be even longer to take profits. But for now, it looks like we've got the start of a new little mini trend. So we'll take those trades and see if we can get somewhere. Okay, so we just grab those targets so we can, we'll take a loss off the top one again. Mitigating the risk. It's a very sporadic and choppy market. So I'm just going to peel out of these positions and get out so that I'm not sitting here exposed in a market that's not going anywhere on the next opportunity. Okay, I'm going to just start peeling out of this position here. Take one off. Just as we're running into this overhead resistance. And just take that one off. And move this last trade up. And that one will just trail up on my own time. I'm not going to keep running this live. And on this trade, as we, oh shoot, sorry, I need to go back over to the other scene. And as this trade comes up into break even, we'll take that one off. If we can just get another little pop on it, even if it's just a tiny loss, that's just fine. I'm going to go down to 1 minute for a second. Okay, just going to sit here for a couple minutes and see if we can get that last one off for a break even.